The AIDA model is no longer the best layout for your landing pages. We have reinvented the model and it converts much, much better. Steal this model today, implement it, and watch your conversion rates soar. Let's jump into it. Okay guys, so before we start running through the model, my name's Kenyon. I am co-founder of ConversionWise, and my company, ConversionWise, has designed more custom landing pages than any agency on this planet. We have been doing this for over a decade, and we are obsessed with what it takes to turn a click into a customer. Now, let's look at the old AIDA framework or model. AIDA stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. And it's a brilliant way to lay out your landing pages in order to convert a click into a customer. But there's a better way. We have developed a new framework and I'm going to share it with you in this video. I want to introduce you to the ATIDCOA model. And after designing 7,000 plus landing pages, it's a framework that we've developed that actually converts better than AIDA. This one stands for attention, transformation, interest, desire, compare, objections, and action. And as I said, it's a framework that if you follow it to the T, it's going to convert far, far better than the AIDA framework itself. So let's jump straight into each individual section. Okay, so we start with A, which is attention. And this is the most important section of your landing page. It's the above the fold section. Basically, the bit that loads as soon as you go on a website, whether that's tablet, mobile, or desktop. You have roughly 3 to 5 seconds to get your cold consumer sucked into what you're doing before they actually bounce and leave your page. So how do we do this in this attention section? We start with a strong value proposition. We back it up with trust and credibility. We want to show some social proof. We want some images that grab our attention, and we want a strong call to action. Now, if we do all these things correctly and tick all these boxes, people are more likely to then scroll through to our next section. That next section is T for transformation, and this is a new section we've introduced into the AIDA model. So in the transformation section, what we want to do is take someone on a visual transformation. We want them to visualize buying the product, receiving the product, and then benefiting from the product. And typically we do that with a couple of things. We use text, we use images or icons, and most importantly, we actually annotate the steps. So we say step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1 is typically how you buy the product, whether that's physical or digital. Step 2 is how you actually receive that product, whether it's a download or it's actually sent to you in the post. And step 3, most importantly, is not receiving the product, but it's actually the outcome, the benefit, the end goal for the consumer. Now, once we've taken them through that transformation, the next section on your landing page is the I for interest section. And we can split this into 2 equal sections. Section 1 is benefits. Now this is where we tell them all of the benefits they're going to get from utilizing our product. Again, it doesn't matter if this is a digital product, a physical product, if it's a service, a solution, a software. Outlay the benefits that your consumers are actually going to achieve from actually buying into your product. Stay clear of any shiny objects, stay clear of any features, and just tell the consumer exactly what they're going to get as an end result. Once we've told them exactly how they benefit, we can move forward with that second section in the interest section, which is features. And this is actually where you outline how you actually fulfill the benefits that they're going to get. This is where you can go into detail around the actual technical aspect of delivering the benefit to the consumer. You can break down your product features, you can break down what actually goes into delivering your product. If it's a digital product, talk about how many courses you deliver, how many ebooks you give them, how much access they get. Do they get access to a community? But you only do this when first and foremost in this interest section, you've outlaid exactly what they're going to get as a benefit of the product itself. Don't forget the old cliche, guys. Features tell, benefits sell, and that's why we always lead with the benefit. Moving down to the D section, and D stands for desire. And this is all about FOMO. You've told them how you're going to deliver the benefits via the features, and now we need to make them desire it using other people's opinions and reviews. So this is where you can include reviews, testimonials, case studies, user-generated content, but everything here has to be a positive talking about your product, and therefore I see other people who have used your product and benefited from it, and therefore I as a consumer now want to buy into your product myself. So now that this person desires your product through social proof, we can take them onto section C. And that stands for compare. And this is another new section that we've injected over the last 10 years into the AIDA model or framework. In this section, you have two options. You can compare your product against your competitors, or you can compare your product against a generalization within your market. An example of point 2 is positioning your product against a broader market trend or general consumer needs and expectations. Here, you can use things like comparison tables to visibly compare your superior product or generalization against the other competitor's product or a generalization within your market. For example, you may not want to compare your protein powder against a competitor's protein powder, but you might want to argue the fact that protein powder is far better for you than eating protein bars. That's a generalization of comparison. Moving on to O, and that stands for objections. And this is another new section that we've injected into this framework that we've found turn your clicks into customers so much more than the old model. Inside the objection section, we basically want to handle any consumer's questions or objections they may have in their head. The best way to do this is using a simple FAQ. Answer any objections surrounding the ordering, the returns, the outcomes, the benefits, or any technical questions about your product, so that you don't leave that cold consumer with questions in their head. They have to leave your page to go and find out. Any questions that they have in their head should be answered within this simple FAQ. And last but not least, we take them down to A, which stands for action. If we are lucky enough that they have scrolled all the way to the bottom of our landing pages, then quite simply, we need to give them the clearest call to action possible. Don't give them an excuse to look for that call to action. Shove it right in front of their face. Don't make them scroll back up. Don't make them look for the button. Put it in front of them. Add to cart now. Buy mine now. Get instant access now. Make them take action now. This is by far the best way to lay out your landing pages. And if you want more tips and tricks on skyrocketing your conversion rates, then make sure you check out our YouTube channel. Or if you want my agency, who have built more landing pages than any other agency on this planet, to design you a high converting page or store, then get in touch at ConversionWise.com. I'll see you in the next video.